Today I'm going to show you an assessment that you can do with our PADnet 4.0 system, consisting of PVR waveforms at the ankle, and then based on those results, proceeding to an ABI. As you can see, our patient is laying down, he's got his ankle cuffs on, and the right ankle cuff is plugged into our PADnet 4.0 DTU. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Start in the software, and the system is going to fill up those cuffs with air and start occluding the arteries. And then this measurement that we see here are the PVR waveforms. I'm going to wait a second until they are generally the same height and size. And then I'm going to click Stop in the software. And then I will click Next Increment to get a group of waveforms generally the same size and shape. And then click Next Segment. Now I'm going to move the extension hose from the right ankle cuff to the left ankle cuff. And then click Start in the software. And then the system is going to inflate these cuffs again. And then once we have identical waveforms at the same height, I'm going to click Stop in the software. And then click Next Increment to select a group of waveforms. And then I'm going to click Next. Now, when an office is going to do this assessment, at this point, many offices, if they have an abnormal PVR waveform, will move on to doing an ABI. And then some offices will just move on to an ABI anyways. For now, we're going to move to doing arm pressures. So I'm attaching the PPG probe to the right middle finger, and I move the extension hose to the right arm cuff. And then in the software, I'm going to select right arm pressure. Then click Start. And the system is occluding those arteries again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to select whenever we see the return of blood flow. And that is actually picked up by that PPG probe on the right middle finger. Once I see that blood flow return, I'm going to click Capture Pressure and then Stop. Capture Pressure and Stop. And I'm going to click where I see that return of blood flow and hit Next Segment. And then we're going to move to the left arm. So I'm going to move the extension hose to the left arm cuff, and then that PPG probe to the left middle finger. And then click Start. And then again on this side, we're going to determine where we see that return of blood flow. And then once I'm able to view it, click Capture Pressure and then Stop. I'm going to click Capture Pressure and then Stop, because I see that return of blood flow. And then I'm going to select where I see it return, right about there. Click Next Segment. Then we're going to move on to doing the ankle pressures. So I'm going to take that extension hose from the left arm, move it to the left ankle cuff, and then we're going to take the PPG probe from the left middle finger and attach it to the left big toe. Click Start in the software. once we see the return of blood flow, click stop. I'm going to use previous increments so that I can select where I see that return of blood flow. Click next segment. Then we're going to move the extension hose again to the right ankle cuff. And then the PPG probe to the right big toe. And click start in the software. And then to finish this ABI, we're going to select the return of flow on this ankle when we see it. Click capture pressure and stop. Then we're going to again select where we see that return of blood flow. Click next segment. And then we're going to go back and then complete the test. And then that is how you do an assessment with PVR waveforms going into completing an ABI.